Welcome to Writing Our World Integrations. The objective of this video is to walk you through the intentional integrations we chose to create a robust writing program that provides two things: direct instruction and meaningful practice of targeted writing skills, as well as authentic opportunities for increasing student background knowledge, vocabulary, and independent assistive technology use. So let's start with the first integration, which is Core Knowledge. Now, Core Knowledge is a free resource that's housed online, and we highly recommend that regardless on if you use it or not, you check it out because we think it's amazing. The Knowledge Gap is a book written by Natalie Wexler that we also highly recommend you read, which highlights how important it is that students understand a lot about the world to be set up for success in writing and reading confidently. Remember, background knowledge acts like Velcro on our brain, which is a Natalie Wexler analogy that I love to use. The more you know about anything, the easier it is for new information to find a place to connect to. And so building that background knowledge, again, is so crucial for both reading and writing skills. And the integration with Core Knowledge is a beautiful way for you to provide access to your students to those core content pieces that they really need to know. So you can utilize this resource for free online. You do not have to use Core Knowledge. So if you have your own content in your classrooms, you can just use our 15-minute mini lesson as a standalone piece in conjunction with your own content, but we've integrated it with Core Knowledge so that if you don't have your own content, you have something to pull from. For our kindergarten through 8th grade bands, we integrate with Core Knowledge. For our 9th through 12th grade bands, we actually integrate with amazing books and encourage you to utilize the library or Bookshare to ensure that every student has a copy of that book throughout the unit that you're taking them through. The second integration is Tier 2 vocabulary. This is a huge opportunity for you to provide access to your students to learning as many words as possible so that their writing can be more robust and so that they can understand more of what they read. If you are looking for concrete strategies to teach vocabulary, we highly recommend you check out the work of Isabel Beck and her book, Bringing Words to Life. This is an incredible resource, one of the best resources we've found for both the why behind teaching vocabulary explicitly and concrete strategies for doing so effectively, and we've incorporated those strategies in the Writing Our World curriculum. At the beginning of each lesson, there's going to be 3 or more Tier 2 vocabulary words that we encourage you to explicitly teach your students before diving into the rest of the lesson. For those of you that are new to this concept, what is a Tier 2 vocabulary word? Well, it's a word that's highly prevalent in text, but not as prevalent in oral language. So these are words that are harder for kids just to pick up automatically and usually require explicit instruction. For easy use, the definitions are hyperlinked right there for you because as a teacher myself, I think sometimes thinking of definitions on the fly can be challenging, so they're hyperlinked directly, and they're frequently included in the warm-ups for consistent review. If you're looking to just get quick ideas on how to best teach these strategies, we do have a blog post on the redwoodliteracy.com website that's just called 7 Tips for Teaching Vocabulary Words to Struggling Readers, which we highly recommend you check out. The third integration is assistive technology. Now, over the last few years, I have just completely been won over to how crucial teaching kids how to use assistive technology is to setting them up for success in both their educational and professional careers. Now, I view assistive technology as the other side of the train track. So one side of the train track is the actual learning these foundational skills independently and being able to do them on your own, which is very important. But the assistive technology is the other side of the train track, which helps you access grade level content while you're building those foundational skills. We highly encourage you to dive into this process, even if it feels a little overwhelming to you or feels like, ooh, I'm not tech savvy, I'm not going to be able to do this. We have an incredible assistive technology department at Redwood that has worked so hard to create a very clear onboarding set of modules for you to work through so that you can gain independent confidence skills in using these tools before you teach your students how to do that. There's an assistive technology at a glance document that's housed at the beginning of the curriculum that we really recommend you take time to work through, because it's going to kind of set the stage for how the assistive technology instruction and use is integrated throughout the curriculum. We're talking about tools that are going to make it easier for your students to read things, to organize their thoughts and map out their thinking, to write things and not be held back maybe by spelling insecurities or anxiousness about how much energy it's going to take them to write something. And so we really believe that making sure this is part of the Writing Our World instruction in your classroom or private practice, we really believe it's super important. So if you have any questions about the assistive technology integration, if you're feeling overwhelmed by it and you would like some more support, please do not hesitate to reach out to us. We sincerely believe that your students are going to benefit if you put in the time to grow confident in these skills.